What is up, guys? Dreamy Life here, and I know this is my second upload of the day, but I wanted to bring you a new kind of series, and it's going to be called Vorago Breakdown. And what I'm going to do is it's going to be a weekly series, and as you all know, Vorago, um, he changes every single week, so his phases are different, his attacks are different, so you got to change up your strategy. So that's what I'm just going to do. I'm just going to break down every phase every single week. So this is week number one, and so let's get started. Well, guys, obviously we have to start off with how do you get to Vorago? Okay, so, well, the easiest method to get there, and probably by far the fastest method, is you're going to take the Lodestone teleport, and you're going to teleport to Falador. Once you get to Falador, you're going to want to head north to the cave, and when you see the cave, when you right-click it, you're going to have two options. One is enter the cave, and the second one is to enter graveyard. Now, the graveyard we're going to talk about later, so let's talk about enter the cave. When you click enter the cave, you're going to have 3 to 4 options given to you. The first 3 options will be enter cave, which will just be a non-instance, just a public world. Second one, start a new session, which will be start a new instance world, which will cost you 1 mil. Join a existing session, so join an existing instance session. The fourth one, if you've just been into an instance world or an instance room, then you can say join my previous session. So once you get in the cave, you're going to see these rocks, and you're going to jump all over these rocks 3 times, following the arrows on your mini-map. And once you get there, you're going to, if it's your first time, you're going to want to talk to Vorago, or if it's your, if you've already been there before, then you're going to want to regroup with your team. And then one person's going to hit challenge, everyone else is going to hit accept to join the battle. And the misconception, Jagex made it sound like everyone will take 50k damage. That is not true, and you cannot use any shield abilities, you cannot protect, deflect, anything from it. You're going to have to tank it, so that's why you have to have at least 5 people. And so the damage will be shared, 50,000 damage will be shared equally over all the people. So that's how you started off, and when you started off, you'll be knocked over the edge, and let's get into how to deal with phase 1. Alright guys, so phase 1, you're going to be knocked off the edge, and once you get knocked off the edge, Vorago will jump down and start attacking you. So you're going to, first off, before you even start, you want to, sorry, I forgot to mention this, you want to assign 3 specific players. You're going to want to have a tank, a Voker, and a jumper. So once the match starts, the Voker is going to head to the side and start climbing up, and he's going to head to the ledge, which you will clearly see once you get in the battle arena. So what you're going to do is once Vorago starts hitting low on health, you're just going to want to spam abilities at this point. Once he gets low on health, the tank is going to, by using Incite and Provoke, he's going to lure Vorago towards the cliff that the jumper is waiting on. So the jumper wants to be at the very edge of the cliff, and the jumper's purpose is to jump on the back of Vorago and get the first piece of the mall. So in order to jump on the back, he has to be on the very, very, very edge of the cliff, and Vorago has to be facing exactly 180 degrees away from him. So that's where the Voker comes in. So once the lure gets him right next to the edge, the Voker is going to stand right across and Voke, and Vorago is going to turn on him, his back facing 180 degrees exactly to the jumper, and the jumper will jump on, and he will receive the first piece of the mall. But if you fail to do this, like if you have no jumper, then Vorago will just keep healing up to 40% health. So you need a jumper. Like, it's for fact. Alright, so now that you're done with phase 1, let's move on to phase 2. Okay guys, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this. This is actually really, really important. So when you're in phase 1, you're going to see 2 types of orbs come at you. You're going to see a red one and a blue one. And so these sometimes will come at you just non-stop, and you might just actually die from these. So you can't do anything about it. You can't use shield abilities, you can't use nothing, you can't deflect or anything. So you're just going to have to tank the damage out, and you're just going to have to eat like crazy, and just try not to die, because this is where most people die. Alright, so now on to phase 2. Okay guys, so at this point, some of your team has probably already died already. So don't worry, you're fine. You guys are going to be fine. So what will happen next is Vorago will completely shatter the floor beneath you, and you're gonna fall through. So once you fall through, you're going to want to run straight to the sides because when he comes down, if you're there, you're gonna get hit. So just run straight to the side, and then start attacking him. So this phase is the phase where you're gonna use the most food on because he's just gonna hit like crazy. Okay, so never be near him, always be running around, the tried and true run around method and attack. If you stand still, he will pound you for 4,500, just for massive damage, sorry, or he will dismember you for 4,500 damage. But what you'll also do is he will release one at a time 3 gravity orbs. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lure these gravity orbs into Virago and they will hit him. And once the third one hits him, he will stumble and he will lose his concentration. So once that happens, everyone's going to want to attack him, and you're going to want to deal a ton of damage in the given time. And your screen will look different with the kind of timer bar, and you'll know when it happens. And you just want to get all the damage you can. And if you don't do enough damage, then he will continually hit you for a lot of damage, and then he will heal back to full health. So that's not good. And once you hit him for all the damage, you'll be able to receive the second piece. So now let's move on to phase 3. Okay, so upon entering phase 3, this part, I'm not going to say it's going to get easier because it definitely doesn't, but it definitely becomes more straightforward. There's less things to do. So what's going to happen is Virago is going to spawn 2 of his minions. Now these minions hit extremely, extremely hard and are extremely, extremely accurate. So if they're on you, you're going to want to pray melee right away. What you're going to want to do is right from the start, you're going to want to try to lure them away from each other and split them as far apart as possible. And at this point, Vorago will be completely invulnerable to damage and you will not be able to hit him until you kill his minions. So once you kill one of his minions, the second minion will start hitting harder. So all of you guys are going to want to pile on that one minion. And then you're just going to want to kill off Vorago and enter his 4th phase. So that was really, really easy. So let me tell you how to deal with his force phase. Alright guys, we're almost there. Your team is probably really dwindling down right now, but you guys are almost there, so just hang on and try not to die. So as soon as the phase starts, you gotta really remember this one, because I didn't remember it once and I just absolutely got raped, because I wasn't in the Skype call at that time. So okay, so this is really bad. So as soon as he starts phase 4, he's going to start charging up for a massive fire attack. But at the same time, he's going to spawn in a waterfall in the corner of the room. So you're going to want to find where that waterfall is, and everyone's going to want to run behind it. Because if you don't, he's going to hit you for over 9,000 damage, and that's never really good. And the only way you're going to survive that is if you are wearing a lot of player-owned ports armor. So I really hate this phase because the next part is actually really, really, really cool and really, really hard. So he's going to spawn in a twin of one of your teammates, and then this twin is going to be made out of rock. And during this time, he will take Vorago will take reduced damage completely from every single one until the twin is killed. But the catch is only the original team member can kill his twin. So until that twin is dead, you're going to end up dealing a lot less damage, and Vorago will begin deflecting attacks, and you can't really do much about it besides just tank these attacks and just eat. So that's pretty much it, but this phase sounds a lot simpler than it really is, and I really couldn't, this phase was giving me a really, really hard time, and I couldn't get past phase 4, so phase 5, I'm just going to be giving you what I found right off the forums and through the wiki and everything else. So let's head on to phase 5. Okay guys, so at this point you finally arrived at phase 5, the last final phase for killing Vorago and getting the rewards. So once you enter phase 5, you're going to end up on a small kind of strip of land. So when you enter that strip of land, Vorago will choose one player and start hitting that guy, or like pushing him off the cliff. And what the team has to do is they have to attack Vorago and push him back on the other side of the cliff, and which will eventually kill him. And keep in mind that at this point the mall will be assembled from getting the piece at phase 4, and this small, you will not need to have it equipped. You will just have to have it in your inventory. So at this point, this is pretty much done, and you've won the battle. But this is the first day of release, and guess what? Jagex messed up. What a surprise. So what has been happening is it's been confirmed for every person that's managed to get to phase 5 as soon as they enter. The servers crash, and there pretty much is a guaranteed death. There's no way you're going to survive that. And then when you get back, you might have your gravestone still alive, and then you can go get your stuff. But a lot of the people I was going with, we lost Torva, Dragors, I lost Pernix, myself. We just lost a lot of stuff, and it was really bad. And that's why I'm making this video. I don't really want a PVM right now. I'm kind of bummed out. I'm just waiting to see if Jagex rerolls or does anything about it. But they refuse to release an official statement until tomorrow. So that's it for phase 5. You've killed the boss, and well, what do you get when you kill the boss? Well, let's move on to the rewards. Okay, guys, so here we finally approach the section that everyone's been waiting for. And which section is this? Well, it's the reward section. So this is pretty much the reason why everyone's killing Vorago, or if it's just to have fun, because Vorago is an extremely fun boss. So Vorago drops level 90 mage armor and weapons. The armor is called tectonic armor, and the weapons are called seismic weapons. So he drops a seismic wand that goes for 500 mil, and a seismic singularity that goes for 300 mil. Now these are just drops that you're gonna get straight off the bat, and like straight off the bat, as in you don't have to make it, but they are extremely rare drops. But a drop that you will get is two tectonic energy ball things, ash things. They kind of look like ashes. It's kind of really weird. You're gonna get 2 of them. They're worth 1 mil each currently, but obviously no one's managed to kill Vorago, so don't expect buying anything. So pretty much you're gonna use this to buy the tectonic, to make the tectonic armors. And in order to do this, it requires level 90 rune crafting. So for the tectonic hood, it's going to require 13 tectonic energy, and the tectonic hood costs 100 mil. For the tectonic robe top, oh wow, I spelled that wrong in the video, but I'm too lazy to change it. So it's going to be 175 mil and will cost 42 tectonic energy. And finally, for the tectonic robe bottom, it's going to cost, wow, I actually have no idea. Like 130 mil and 30 something tectonic energy. Okay, it'll say so in the video. I'm not quite sure because I'm not looking at the video right now. But yeah, so also now let's talk about the gravestone system. So when you'll probably have already noticed that when you go to the cave, when you right click, you'll see a enter graveyard option. So this is something that Jagex implemented in order to stop gravestone just stacking on top of each other. So it's actually really cool. And it's just this huge cave and just dedicated to gravestones, and it's really quick. It's pretty much a safe death unless you get to phase 5 and you disconnect. But there will be lots of people there, and most people are good people and they bless it for you even though you don't really need it. Other people, if you DC or something, they're gonna loot your shit because they're just assholes. But anyway, so you're gonna get there and you're just gonna loot it, and you have 2 choices from now. You're going to Falador teleport, or you're gonna teleport out, or you're gonna run all the way back and go get the rope. I personally just like to Falador teleport because I'm too lazy. So yep, that's pretty much how the grave system works, so don't worry if you die. It's pretty much a safe death. Just make sure you don't get to phase 5 and you'll be okay. So yep, that's it for this video, and I will be doing a week 2 next week, and hopefully Jagex will have finally fixed Vorago so we can actually kill it. So see you guys.